Hey, y'all, welcome to my podcast called Heart to Heart with Mama. I'm just sitting here on my porch, got my coffee, watching the sun rise over the pasture. For those of you who don't know me yet, I'm Mama, and I spend most my days on a little patch of land in Washington raising bees, horses, and a mess of chickens that are bossier than I am. I'll tell you, you live out here long enough, you start noticing how your mind can be a louder neighbor than any rooster. Now, I've got a few decades under my belt, enough to earn the gray in my hair and my PhD, which honestly, the cows couldn't care less about. I want to kick things off today talking about this idea that stuck with me like honey on a biscuit. What you focus on grows. I mean, if you tend to your roses, guess what blooms? Roses. But if you're always fretting about weeds, soon enough, all you're going to notice is the thistles poking up everywhere. Ain't that the truth? That's just the starter dough for the old saying, thoughts become things. If you wake up thinking your day's gonna be a mess, you might just find you're right. I gotta tell you this. There was a time I almost gave up on the whole beekeeping thing. It's not all honey and sunshine, let me tell you. I lost two hives that spring, and boy, I was ready to throw my veil in the creek. But something in me said, hold on now, Mama. What if you look for what you could learn from this? Sure enough, turn that thinking around, and next season, not only did my bees pull through, but I found joy in that work again. That shift in my mind turned my whole outlook. And the bees, they must have felt it too, because I've never seen them so happy. Thoughts are like seeds. Plant them deep enough, and before you know it, they're running the show. I see it every day. When you chew on the same old idea, good or bad, it's like you're rolling out a welcome mat for more of the same. Take, for example, wash day on the farm. It's real easy to grumble about hauling heavy, wet horse blankets to the line for drying. But if I put on some music and think about how good that sun's gonna feel on my body while I'm outside, shoot, even chores get to feeling lighter. On the flip side, if I wake up dwelling on what might go wrong, one mean chicken, one flat tire, it's like the whole world gets heavier right on my shoulders. Let me ask you, can you remember a time you changed your whole experience just by how you were thinking? I mean, for me, there was this wild thunderstorm. I'm talking sideways rain, thunder that rattled the windows. I was out driving the horses around the property when it rolled in all of a sudden. I had to drive my draft horses back to the barn, and let me tell you, I was spooked. But I told myself, Mama, you've handled worse storms, and so have these horses. That calm steadied me, and pretty soon they were calm too. Sometimes the weather outside's wild, but the wildest weather's in our minds. Change that forecast and everything looks different. So, how do you take hold of those thoughts and turn them into something good? Well, here's what's worked for me. Every morning, before the rooster even thinks about crowing, I set an intention. Just a simple thought like, today I'm looking for little joys, or I'm choosing patience, even for the stubborn cows. And here's a trick. When a negative thought starts moving in like an unwanted guest, I picture myself changing the channel, just like on the TV. You don't like the movie? Well, honey, ain't nobody making you watch it. Flip on something better. Little shifts like that, they matter. I know it sounds simple, but it takes practice. When I catch myself spiraling, and believe me, it happens, I take a deep breath and try for one good thought, sometimes out loud, just to make sure I hear myself. And I'll leave you with this bit of Mama's wisdom. If you don't like where your mind keeps wandering, give it a map to something kinder. I remember I had a friend try this when she wanted to rebuild her relationship with her sister. Just by changing her story from, we always fight, to, maybe this time we'll listen. Lo and behold, with time, things started mending from there. So remember, you got more power than you think over the stories you tell yourself. Y'all, that's about all I've got for today. Remember, your thoughts plant tomorrow's garden. So sow some good ones. Thank y'all for spending a little time with me. Until next time, keep your hearts open and your minds tended. You hear what Mama said now? I love you. Bye.